life update. Oh, please pray. Oh, I'm so tired and so just overwhelmed and tired. And I guess if I can be honest, I'm going through that season where God hears your prayers, but it feels like your prayers are just hitting the ceiling. My Lord, this year has been hard. It has been non-stop. It has been non-stop, and I am just tired. I am so tired. We're all tired. Please pray for my mom. Like, this is gonna be probably like a really scattered video. It's the best I can do. But I'm always trying to hold off on doing videos until I'm like miss positive. And but honestly, when other people get on here and they share about what they're going through, and you see like the hard times, it does always minister to me that I wasn't alone. And I just felt like, don't have to be Pollyanna Sunshine right now. I mean, I don't even know where to begin. So the last 3 years, I've been the backup caregiver for my aunt, and I think everything's just hitting me because she recently passed. That was so hard, watching her decline. Like, but it's like when you're always at high alert and you're like the backup caregiver and all of this, and my mom was the main caregiver. It's like you get so caught up in the caring for the person that like your brain doesn't catch up yet. So for like the last 3 years, like every time my phone rang from my mom, I didn't know if it was like I needed to hurry up and get over there. I didn't know like if my aunt was back at the hospital, or my aunt passed. And then I think, what month comes before November? October. My mom started showing signs like she was having a lot of trouble breathing, she was getting confused, and all this other stuff. And so then Ross and I were over there maybe 4 or 5 times a week, handling like household chores, making sure both of them were okay. And then Thanksgiving, my mom's like, I'm having trouble breathing. And I had to yell at her to get her to go to the hospital. So she goes to the hospital, and they keep her for a week. I'm living over at my aunt's taking care of her. And I just knew eventually my aunt was going to pass. And my mom sounded so weak. She loved the hospital food though. And then my mom gets home, and like it was caregiving for the both of them for about a week. And then I remember my aunt kept telling God, once I know Sissy's okay, I'll go home. I gotta know my sissy is okay. I'll go home. And watching these two ladies who have been so full of spitfire and vinegar my whole life, they've been like the matriarchs of our family, watching them get weaker. It, it didn't hit until, like my aunt had passed. And then, like, when somebody passes, you got all the administrative stuff you gotta do. And yesterday was like, yesterday was our, sorry, yesterday was our final, like, adult thing to do. Where you gotta turn in a death certificate, get stuff transferred over. So today there wasn't a lot of running around. And I just went and I did a couple things for my mom, and I got to sit with her and visit with her. And I was just like, ow. Like, it has just been so much. So much. Like, my cousin started getting sick with lupus and other stuff. And then it's like right after he started getting sick, my aunt started um getting ill. Then there was uterine cancer, and then Josh died. And then I think it was like 6 weeks later, my cousin passed, and then my aunt started having strokes. And now my mom's health is not great, and they're talking about heart surgery for my mom, but we don't know if they're gonna like do that outpatient thing, or I don't know. I don't know. Oh, we got a call coming in. And then, okay. And on top of all this, our car is not working. Like, I don't know if we're on the verge of losing the engine, and we don't have the money to fix it. And I'm just like, God. Like, this whole year has just been, I know, growing through challenging times, but like, Lord, where are you? Like, he's here, but it's just like, you feel like you're out in the ocean and you're clinging on to some raft, and you're just getting swallowed by the waves. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and recount all the stuff the enemy has done this year. But one of my lovely friends, she was like, things really started to change when she was asking God to change her story. And that's what I'm asking. I'm like, God, change our story, because I don't want to do this anymore. Like, we're always struggling financially, even though we have tried so hard, and we've got like our health has given out this year, and then we start getting stronger, and now family's health is given out, and we're caregiving, and job losses, and just so much stuff. And if you could just pray for us, I guess. Like, pray that we get the car fixed. We need the money to get the car fixed. But I've seen God give me cars. Just, if you could pray for my mom and my cousin as we end up planning my aunt's service, and my dog's been just so much. But I know that God is faithful, and I know that He's listening, and I'm asking Him to change our story. I don't want to be one of my legacies. I'm always just surviving, and I just. But I honestly feel like we have done all that we could do to stand, and I know he said he's stand and see, and and those that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength and mount up on wings like eagles. And I know that. But I also know that I'm human and I am tired. So I just wanted to get on here because usually I'm on here always encouraging, and I don't really pull back the curtain a lot anymore. And I'm just like, you need prayer. You need prayer. Thank you for holding space for me.